Hi, my name is Dave Chenault. I'm with Skylight Systems. I'm going to take you on a quick tour of a solution we've developed in SharePoint 2010 that runs on-premise on your servers or up in Office 365. This was all done with sandboxing, using all the right ways to write software for Office 365, and particularly the right way to do it with SharePoint 2010. This is about 5 different WSP files that we install up into your environment, and it takes us a couple hours to get it set up. Now, of course, since it's SharePoint, it can be customized extensively and extended to all kinds of applications. So think of this as sort of the base kit, if you will, that'll let you get started, quickly realize value out of Office 365 or your SharePoint implementation, but it's certainly not the end. With that, let's get started and take a look at how the system works and what we've built in. The first thing to notice is I'm logged in as Pecos Bill, and I'm going to take a look at the accounts that I can see. Now on the left side are the main modules that I'm allowed to see as Pecos Bill, and he's an admin so he can see everything. Future videos will go into more detail on some other items. This is a quick sort of flyby of what we can do with the application. So let's take a look. We have a different set of accounts here for Pecos, and I'm going to look at JPL. Now it'll give you a sense of what the screens look like, and I think what's very important to realize is the speed. Take a look at how fast things are as I click through. This is a good representation of how fast Office 365 is. There's a great infrastructure with great engineers running it, and if you go into the cloud, you're going to see that it's very responsive to your needs. So okay, let's go back to the account, and one thing to notice is I've got tabs across the top. These tabs relate to this specific item. And again, the things on the left here are for modules. So I've opened an account, and within that account I can look at various items like the opportunities associated with it, people associated with it, meetings I had, and these come out of Outlook. I can create meetings here and push them in Outlook. That's another video for another day. Tasks, documents, links, etc. You can read all this, and emails. I'm going to show you how emails integrate in and how to create projects and how to integrate in Word and Office documents as well today. But let's take a quick look at Ops. These are the opportunities associated with this particular account. And I'll look at this particular opportunity, Cassini-Huygens. And again, notice how fast it is, right? I just clicked over from the account. Now I'm looking at the opportunity screen, and it has its own tabs. It's got documents and emails and projects. These relate to this specific opportunity. Going back to account, these items, these opportunities and tasks are for this specific account. So that's something we use all over the system for sort of a standard navigation. Tabs for different things related to this particular account or this particular opportunity or lead, and on the left are the main modules. Okay, so let's look at, there's a very interesting one here called projects. Let's go into the opportunities. Let's look at Cassini-Huygens, and let's look at projects. And I have a project here called Cassini Planning Session. Okay, now I can also get to all the projects here just by clicking. These are the ones I can see, and now I can see Cassini right at the very top level. But realize that that Cassini is actually attached to this particular opportunity. Now what the heck is a project, you're probably wondering. Projects are like super folders. Think of it that way. A project can either be standalone or it can be attached to an account, a lead, or an opportunity. I use these all the time to stay organized. I'm very active with the Boy Scouts, and when we go on camping trips, I open up a project and start tossing in documents and emails and links and tasks and notes, and I organize all the things around this particular task in a project. Same thing here. These projects, as I said, can be attached to accounts and leads, opportunities, and you can have as many as you want. So let's go and take a look at some of the different things within a project. Here's an email. Okay, and right now there's one. I'm going to go into Outlook, and I'm going to take this particular email that I created earlier, and I want to attach that email into that project. So I'm in Outlook. I'm going to click on an add-in that we wrote, and this add-in is going to take a look at who I am. It's going to remember me, or it's going to ask me for a challenge. Right now it's the first time I've done it since I started Outlook, so it says, who are you? And I'm going to go ahead and supply my password. I can also change users here if I need to. And what's going to happen is from within Outlook, I can see those items that I could see in SharePoint. This is what's called client-side SharePoint. Client-side object model is what we're using. And you can see I see the same accounts, the same opportunities, the same projects. I'm going to attach this email to that particular project. So I'll take just a second. It's going to save it. And now it's taken a copy of this email, okay, and it's sent it up to the cloud. And now everyone that's in that project or that deal or that account, because as I said, I can attach this to many different places. I can attach it to an account or an opportunity. I'll go ahead and attach it to the opportunity as well. And so I'll make a copy of that so that people on that opportunity can also see it. Now all those people that were working together can see this email in the context of that deal or that project or that contact. Very important concept, and it's searchable. And it's that easy. So let's go and take a look at what it looks like up in the cloud. I'm going to close this down, go back into the cloud, and I'm going to refresh this page because remember right now I'm at the project. Let's, matter of fact, just go over there and make sure I understand where I am. I'm at that Cassini planning session project. I click on my emails tab, and now I've got that new Cassini lead. And I'll go ahead and take a look just to see what it looks like here. And I'll open it as soon as it saves it, just so you can take a look at it here. So same email, and I can forward this. I could save it somewhere else if I need to. It's Outlook, right? It's MSG file type. And as you notice now it knows who I am. I didn't have to resupply my credentials every time. Every time I start Outlook, it'll ask me for my credentials, but it's sort of session dependent. Okay? So okay, that's really powerful. Now, there's also, if you look here, docs. And these are great. Okay? So these are some documents I created earlier. And I'll show you how I did that, but just to give you a sense of how fast this thing is, that just launched Microsoft Word web app. And it did it in the cloud that fast, and now we can start working as a team on this document. So I'll take a second, and I could say, new caption. And I can save it. Now it'll save this guy up there in the cloud for me. And everyone in my group now that can access this document can start working on this. We can also open it in Word, etc. You get the idea. So how do I get documents into the system? Well, I have great news for you. It's just the same as when we used Outlook. Let's start up Word, and I'll create a new document. So I'll take just a second here, and I'll say this is a new item for the Cassini project. I'll call it a document so I don't confuse things. And I'm going to go ahead and take I think it's that. And I'm going to take an image off the web, stick it in there so we can see it. So let's see, let's go over here. Let's just grab this one. We'll copy that image. Oh, that's a pretty neat image, actually. It's showing a new moon around Saturn. And let's stick it in that Word doc. And now what I want to do is I'm going to take this document and I'm going to stick it into that project, that Cassini. So just like I did in Outlook, now it's going to ask me, who are you? Because it's a different app. I'm Pecos Bill. I'll give it my password. And I'll save it. It'll come up in a minute. And I'll have the same menu I had before, right? I have the different projects and leads. Again, this is all deep integration between Outlook and SharePoint. And let's go ahead and put this in. And I have to give it a name, so I'll say New Moon around Saturn. And let's save this. So I'll take a second. It's getting my content types, etc., all these good things behind the scenes that SharePoint does. And let me go ahead and take a look. So a couple of neat things just happened there. One is I created a document. I hadn't saved it. I went and saved it to the cloud. It automatically knew I had to, give it a name. Now let's go take a look real quick at that same project, and this time we're going to hit the tab for docs. I'm going to refresh it, and And I should have that new document. And there it is, new moon around Saturn. And now when I open it up, there it is. And my team can now start working on this document. Okay, so very powerful capability. Let's go back into CRM. Go to the main page. I could hit the back button too if I wanted. And just a couple other things. This will be long enough for one video. I'll get into more things later. But we do security based on who you are and what business unit you're in, right? So if I log in as somebody else, notice the accounts that I can see right now. Okay, I'm going to log in now as a different user. This may take a minute to do, so bear with me. But I'm going to come in now as Roy Rogers. Okay, and let's see what accounts Roy can see. It's based on who you are and then what part of the organization you belong to. And I'll go into this in more detail in a future video, but I want to show you sort of how things are all managed. Everything's got permissions in it in the system, so you only see what you're supposed to see. This thing will scale to hundreds, thousands of users with millions of items. And let me just give the password. And we'll log in now. And now we should see different accounts that Roy can see. And there you go. He sees different accounts. He has different projects. There are no projects for him. Any notes, which we'll get into another day, etc. So again, everything in the system has a heavy security on it. So that's probably enough for today. I'm going to make some future videos that'll show you how we do security, how you can track various marketing events to see your payback, what notes are all about. Contacts are very interesting, and how we integrate one calendar from Outlook into this and back and forth. But those are all subjects for another video. Thanks for your time today. I hope you found it interesting, and look for more videos on our site. I'm Dave Chenault with Skylight Systems. Thanks for your time.